few weeks ago, I was deep in the trenches of job searching. Some of you may know by watching some of my past videos, I was doing everything you're supposed to do. Rewriting my resume, every job I wanted to apply to, just so I could get it in to go past the ATS, AI bots, whatever. Preparing for the interviews, polishing all my certifications up, make sure everything was just right. And then I got an interview. And I walked out of that interview and I sat in my car and I literally gripped the steering wheel and was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't want this. This is what I want anymore. I don't want to go back to this traditional office system, whatever you want to call it. I just don't want to do it anymore. So if you're over 50 and you're looking for a job out there in today's world, you just feel like this pawn in this big chess game, a game where you're never going to advance, you're never going to reach the queen or king, You're just going to get sacrificed, the endless tech overload and micromanagement and corporate red tape. You can't do those things. You go to work for a government office, they can't train you in anything except for the one job and it's just take that all in for a moment, because if you're thinking you're crazy because you don't want to deal with this anymore, you're not alone. Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Christy, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything in life over 50. Real talk about the good, the bad, the unexpected. Real talk, and that's something that interests you, then please subscribe to this channel so we can continue having these conversations. As you all know, and some of you are also GenX, and nowadays getting a job is just not what it used to be. Back in the day, you used to just be able to write a really good resume with a really good cover letter, go out in town, go to all the businesses you really wanted to work for, and just start asking questions and dropping off your resume. And then if those places weren't hiring, the next thing you do is go down and grab a local newspaper and go to the job section in the want ads and start going through and circling all the spots that you need to go to that are hiring, that you want to work to, and go to those places and drop off your resume and your cover letter. And eventually you would get a call back, or usually it was a phone call back then, because of course nobody had email, because internet wasn't quite a thing yet. It's just getting going. But it's just not the same. And then also too, at the end of summer would be coming as a kid. Even for our kids now, they have a hard time getting jobs too, because it's not like the way it used to be. For us, I live in a rural area, so if the month of May was coming up and school was going to be out soon and you didn't have a summer job lined up, you went down to the local pear packing shed and waited for somebody to show up, tried to get in put on an application if you could and get one in there, because everybody else is down there too, so you kind of had to just keep showing up until they were finally one day just stick you in there and start showing you how to sort or pack or whatever it was they needed people to do, and that would give you a job for about a good 6 weeks into the summer. No, it wasn't the easiest job, and it didn't last very long, and sometimes it had long hours, but you went out there and you did it and you worked hard and you got that paycheck. And for a kid, that 6 weeks of pay was great. You spent the rest of the summer just goofing off and going to the pool. Now with all this great new technology, it's all about rewriting the resume to prove to a computer that you are qualified as a human with skills to be able to work there. Or you're seeing all these jobs, but they're really just corporate fake job postings, because they're out there collecting all their data information to learn how to market to everybody more, whatever the heck they're going to use it for. Or get a recruiter, they say, call a recruiter. And then you call 6 recruiters and not one of them even bothers to return a call or an email or anything. Just completely ghosted. We're independent, we're self-reliant. We grew up this way, trying to figure things out on our own, and all we want to do is go to work and do a good job and go home and be with our family. How hard is that? So after that last interview, as I sat in my car and I just felt the anxiety building up in my heart, like racing up into the pounding, you know, you get kind of in the bottom of your throat. Like, I don't know, maybe I was having a mini heart attack. I don't know. But at that moment, what I really did know was I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to spend every day of my life in the hamster wheel, running and running and running as fast as I can, as far as I can, as hard as I can to get nowhere. I'm just not. It's not that I don't want to work, you guys. I do want to work. I love working. I love being busy. I have torn my house apart completely and been putting it back together. I have gone through every single box and bin that's been in my home for the last couple years and made sure and cleared every cluttered piece. I have been trying to just keep myself active because I truly do love working. I love being busy. But what I'm not going to do is completely go back to this situation where nothing to me feels good. Nothing to me feels right. What I'm trying to say is I'm tired of asking permission to do something for somebody that I want to do. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's terrifying sometimes because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Everybody says, oh, just hold on to retirement. That's 16 more years for me. That's a long time. I don't know if I want to do this for 16 more years. I do have other options, I think. I started focusing on doing kind of fractional consulting, bookkeeping type stuff, since I do work in finance. And, you know, I was having problems finding a job since this has all been going on over I don't know how many months now. And you know, I was thinking about maybe going back and focusing on that some more and seeing if I can get that going. But it's kind of like ever since I lost my LinkedIn and got hacked and everything got taken over, and I just haven't felt like going back and rebuilding all that again. And I don't know if I want to ever use LinkedIn. So now I have to go and research some new things to figure out how to exactly market myself. But I think in the long run, that might be better for me than spinning that hamster wheel some more. I'm not exactly sure, but heck, this wasn't the plan at 50, right? The plan was stability, predictability, routine, riding out this cool wave until retirement. Some things don't happen as the original plan. And, you know, I've always been one to say, too, that maybe things happen for a reason and it might look horrible at first, but it might work out to be the best thing that's ever happened. So I'm really going to go with that, I think. Yeah, I'm, you know, trying to just figure it all out myself. And if you guys have any tips, I would sure appreciate them. Go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. How's your job search going, or how's your retirement planning going? Because right now, mine's not looking like anything I could even have imagined. It's totally different. Anyway, you guys, if you've never tried YouTube but have been thinking about starting a channel, also if you do have a channel and you're trying to get it to grow but you're not quite sure what route to take, I have been connected to a really great group in SKOOL, SKOOL, and I've joined Common Sense Methods with Kevin and his wife Michelle. They are my coaches. They're wonderful people. They're full of all kinds of helpful tips and give you all kinds of great ideas, and they're always available to talk to if you need help. So if anybody's out there is interested in creating their own YouTube channel and having conversations I am with you, then please go ahead and check them out, and I will leave the link in the description box down below. So you guys, with all that being said, I don't know what's going to happen. I guess you'll just have to wait for the next video and see where we go from here. See you then. Have a great day.